ขอต้อนรับทุกคนเข้าสู่เซสชันที่มีชื่อว่า Building an NWC-First Open Source Lightning Wallet โดยคุณโรแลนบีวิกและคุณปวันโจชิครับขอเสียงปรบมือด้วยครับ
Hello, I'm Roland. I work on Alby. I also live in Thailand. I've been here for 6 years. พูดได้ครับถ้ามีคำถามอะไรที่หลังก็ภาษาไทยภาษาอังกฤษก็ได้ครับแต่ว่าวันนี้จะพูดภาษาอังกฤษครับ
So, hello everyone. Firstly, I appreciate being here. My name is Pavan Joshi. I work as a developer at Alby, where my main role is basically to maintain the Lightning browser extension. So, in this session, we will embark on a journey together to see what Alby Hub is, which is building an NWC-First open source Lightning wallet. We will see what NWC is, what Alby Hub is, and basically how this brings potential to power web economy using Bitcoin. So before going further, how many of you already heard of Alby Hub or used any kind of Bitcoin apps through NWC and connect to your wallet and spend kind of some sats there? Oops. Okay, I see few of the hands raised, but yeah, we will cover everything from scratch. So fast forward to 2024, Bitcoin apps and Bitcoin wallets. So we basically mostly use our Bitcoin wallet to send, to pay, and to receive Bitcoin. And we are far away from engaging into the interactive experiences that like seen in the Web3 spaces. We use Bitcoin mostly as to send and to receive, and it's kind of far away from the Web3 spaces basically. And Bitcoin as a programmable money and internet money has much more to offer than just being a basic payment system. But the problem, basically we want to power the web economy using Bitcoin, and the problem with this web apps, basically the traditional web apps and Bitcoin apps, is the way they are designed, and they restrict this possibility to be used as Bitcoin on the web at a particular extent. So before introducing what NWC is, I will introduce the problem that we have currently and how NWC basically solves it. So let's look at the current scenario of how Bitcoin apps and Bitcoin wallets work together basically. If today I want to use any kind of Bitcoin app, I have to go through a lot of repetitive steps basically. For any kind of Bitcoin app, I have to create account, set up my identity, and create a wallet, and also deposit fund. Now, if I want to use some other Bitcoin app, I have to repeat all these steps again, and then again, and then again. So at the end, we are left with X number of accounts, X number of identities, and X number of wallets, each holding some sats. So if you look this as an new user point of view, each app represents a particular friction point for the new user. There are few existing ways to connect Bitcoin wallets and apps that I can explain. The first one is OAuth, which is a traditional way to connect. It's Web2 way of connecting web apps and wallets. For instance, you can use an Alby account to connect to any podcasting app and stream sats there. But it's an enclosed system, it's custodial, and apps need to integrate a wallet-specific API for each wallet, which isn't idle as well. There is also LNURL auth, but it just provides identity. You can't do any kind of payments there. And there is no sustained connection between apps and wallet. That means you can't, those both can't communicate every time they want. Next is WebLN. I personally love WebLN, but it only works on the web browsers. It do have some good features like budget, like how much sats you can spend on a particular app. You don't need any kind of QR code or confirmations, but still it's limited to the web browsers and it has no sustained connections basically. And there is LNC. It's basically similar to the NWC architecture, but it didn't got much traction because of the limited support, and it's more complex and harder to work with. So what we are looking for to reduce this friction point and engage users into much more interactive experiences like seen in the Web3 space, we need a better communication protocol between apps and wallets. A better communication protocol which when integrated allows us to use single wallet interface into multiple apps, and you can connect a same wallet to multiple apps and in a few simple number of steps, and you can spend some sats and do all the lightning stuff in that particular app. And communication protocol that can be interoperable as well, like single app can be powered by multiple lightning wallets or Bitcoin wallets, and you can like choose which wallet you want to use and spend some sats there. So this is what we achieve using NWC Nostr Wallet Connect. It's an open protocol to connect Bitcoin apps and Bitcoin wallets together, and that too in very simple number of steps. It's cross-platform. It works on your mobile devices, on your personal computers, on laptops. And it powers your web apps with all the Lightning functionalities such as list transactions, key sends, creating an invoice, and so and so. NWC allows sustained interaction between wallet app and apps. So provided if your wallet is online, apps and wallets can communicate every time or anytime they want and do all the lightning stuff in the app itself. Basically, NWC leverages Nostr as a neutral coordination protocol, and it makes it super simple in architecture because of the Nostr. And users are not logged into a single wallet. You can come up with any NWC Power wallet and shift to that wallet in like very easy number of steps. Not just the connection and the ease of use for the NWC provides specific features such as time of the connection and budget limits. For example, if you want to use any kind of Bitcoin app, you can set budget there, like how much sat you can spend. If you set some 100K sats budget for a particular app, then NWC will not allow that particular app to spend more than 100K sats. So it's kind of secure, and you trust basically NWC, not the app itself. It won't allow to spend much more than that particular budget. And also it provides time expiry. You can set connection time limit to 1 week or 1 month or forever. After that particular period, there will be no communication interaction between wallets and app. So it's kind of a secure thing as well. You can expire those connection with particular time frame. And yeah, it works on all cross platforms and devices. So that's the basic problem NWC solves. Let's see quickly how NWC works basically. So there is an app and there is this wallet. So basically app can request an NWC connection. It's just a simple pairing secret that you create in your wallet, and app can request that NWC connection. And wallet confirms that particular NWC connection. Now, once the connection is set up, you can do any kind of lightning operation. For example, app request to pay invoice. So that request is forwarded to an Nostr relay basically. And that relay forwards the request to the wallet, and wallet just pays the invoice. It's that simple, super simple architecture, super simple model, but it has huge potential. So I will show few of the demos regarding the same. The first one is making Zap self-custodial. We will be introducing Alby Hub in a second, but here is a quick demo. So this is Alby Hub app, and those are kind of Bitcoin apps where you can basically use NWC. So you can just create a connection, you can set permissions, set budget, expiry time, and you get a pairing secret basically. You can copy it or you can use the QR code. Now this is the app, Bitcoin app, and you can just scan it. You can connect to the wallet, and done. Now you can just zap on Damas through NWC. You can see those 1K sats going on all the posts. The next basic use case is making bots send sats for you. So this is basic a Discord bot, which you can use on Discord, and you can use NWC to pair with this particular bot. We create a new connection in Alby Hub, create budgets and copy pairing secret and paste it in the Zap bot interface. And that's the lightning address where you want to receive your sats. And you can set some default amounts. And then it's connected. And you can just use Zap emojis and it will kind of send sats to them. So just quite a simple model of NWC, and you can like experiment a lot with it and build some cool stuff around it. And you can see those zapped amount on Discord, those 1,000 sats minus from the Alby self-custodial wallet. Custodial wallet. Also, you can do some subscription, donations, and periodic payments. And this was the basically experiment tried by Geyser itself, and it uses Flash as a widget. You can set periodic amounts on the Geyser. And that's it. You can just set 10,000 Satoshis per month, and you connect the wallet with the NWC string, and there is a sustained connection between app and wallet, and every time there is a month over and subscription over, the amount that particular is deducted automatically. Not just that, you can send dozens, hundreds, thousands of transactions in just one click with NWC-powered wallets. So this is the, again, demo of ZapBot, where there is a button, Zap All. So it will just zap 30 people, 27 sats each. Yeah, it connects Mutiny with the ZapBot, and you can see all the transactions appeared in the wallet, and you just have to approve all in just one click. Also, we can power games with Bitcoin using NWC. This is Zappy Bird, and you can just connect any NWC-powered wallet with the connection string there. I'm adding a new connection from Alby Hub for Zappy Bird. I set a budget, set an expiry time to 1 week, and I just copy the pairing secret there, basically. And bam, there is your wallet balance, and you can use in the Zappy Bird itself. So basically, for each score, it deducts 1 sat in the game itself. And you can see the score on the top, 7, 8, 9, and those sats are deducted from the wallet in real time, basically. And you can see the transaction history for -1 sats, -1 sats for the each jump that we perform in these Zappy Bird. So quite cool and quite long number of possibilities, and we can do quite some experiments regarding NWC. One another use case is sharing your node with family and friends. It's quite hard in a particular family to run. Everyone wants to. It's not possible that everyone want to run node and do channel management and stuff. Basically, there can be one person who knows all this Lightning stuff and host a node and use NWC to share their wallet balance with families and friends, so they don't have to run any kind of Lightning infrastructure individually. So we call this as Uncle James model. There is one person who has node with NWC, who owns all the funds, who does all the channel management. Now he can create an NWC connection. There is a NWC wallet on the left, also NWC wallet on the right, and you can create a connection with unlimited budget for the one person of family, and she can use all the balance and do all the lightning stuff without running anything, just through NWC. And we can create new connection for the children for 100K sats per month, setting expiry time and budget, and they can just directly use those lightning ballots from the NWC powered wallet, basically. So that's the cool thing. That's the introduction of NWC. Now Rolan will share how we built Alby Hub through NWC itself.
So just before I go into what is Alby Hub, I'd like to give a quick introduction. What is Alby? So we want to accelerate using Bitcoin as the currency of the internet in any environment, in any app. We're building all that on open source protocols. So for example, products, development tools, APIs, and even coming up with open protocols and trying to push adoption there. So about 2 or 3 years ago, we started with a single product, fully open source, called the Alby browser extension. And it allowed you to connect to your self-sovereign Lightning node and make payments using an open protocol called WebLN, which is similar to Nostra Wallet Connect that Pavan explained. However, we found out that a lot of people did not actually run their own nodes. It was too difficult. And people like the custodial experience. So we introduced the Alby account, and there were a number of benefits here. You can run it, you can connect your Alby account on every single environment, on mobile apps, desktop apps, and the server. And we also launched a developer API for anyone else who would like to create applications. But there is a problem there. The Alby account is a closed API, as Pavan mentioned. Developers have to use Alby, and if they want to use a different Lightning wallet, they have to re-implement their app to connect to a different protocol. So with Nostra Wallet Connect, we have an open protocol. It doesn't matter what wallet you use. You can choose your own app, and the connection is seamless. So about this time last year, we celebrated 1 million monthly Bitcoin payments, which is a huge success. And we were actually growing too fast. So we had many companies using Alby's API to power their applications. And we were running a custodial service. So we had to consider, do we want to do KYC? Do we want to become a licensed money transmitter? Or should we go fully open source, fully self-sovereign, and allow people to run their own nodes, have their own keys, their own coins? So to make this possible, we need an open protocol. We have to build everything in the open source software, just like Bitcoin, right? You don't have to trust Satoshi Nakamoto because the source code of Bitcoin is fully open source, right? You can review it, you can change it. It's all up to you. There's no need to trust anyone. And it's the same with what we are trying to build. And this is possible with open protocols and open source software. So we built all these products and services over the last 3 years based on a custodial system. And how can we move them to a self-custodial setup but keep them working? For example, the Alby browser extension, which already worked, with LND, Core Lightning, and a bunch of different backends, so that was fine. This works great. The Lightning address, for example, you want to receive payments to your Lightning address, but you want them to go to your own self-custodial node rather than a custodial wallet. The Alby account, which powers a lot of different applications, and also the Lightning address above. The developer API for everyone who is creating their own applications powered by Alby, which comes with a number of benefits, for example, webhooks, a lot of convenient things to make it really easy to build your own apps. OAuth apps as well, for example, podcasting 2.0, some people use Fountain to listen to podcasts, and they can stream sats and support the creators. So in order to make this possible, we needed to expand the Nostra Wallet Connect spec. So at the very beginning, there was only being able to send payments. The idea was in Nostra apps, you could zap people, and it was really great. And actually, a lot of transaction volume was coming from Nostra, and we thought, actually, we can build upon this protocol to make it possible to do all sorts of wallet functionality. For example, getting wallet information, your balance, making invoices, looking them up, see if they're paid or not, listing transactions, podcasting payments. So we started off with a very simple proof of concept built on Nostra Wallet Connect, and Alby Hub is kind of a full rewrite, making it into a proper Alby product that we can maintain. So the first thing is the original Nostra Wallet Connect that people could connect to with their Alby account and make seamless payments and applications is custodial. But Alby Hub, because you have the keys to your own node, it has to be just your node running, so it's a single user application. The second thing is we need to keep your seed safe, but if you guys know the Lightning Network, it has to be a hot wallet. It has to be always online to receive and send payments. That means your keys need to be in memory, but we need to secure it somehow. So every time you run Alby Hub, you would use an unlock password to get these keys in memory, but on disk, everything is encrypted. And one most important thing, we want to make Alby Hub grow and survive and provide a great service for other people, and that's why it needs to be an Alby maintained and branded product and possibly monetizing, which we do, but you can always run it for free as well. Another thing we did was a complete front-end rewrite in React combined with a new API, which means external apps can also connect to Alby Hub and use Alby Hub specific features. We also released a desktop app, which makes it easier to run for people just trying it out before you run a full server or try it running it in the cloud. We also improved the budgets and permissions to make sure that apps can't spend more from your wallet than you specify, and also to enable sub-accounts. So you can run one hub and you can give wallets to your friends and family, as Pavan mentioned, which is a really great way to onboard people because they don't have to understand anything about Bitcoin or Lightning. They would just scan one QR code and they're set up with a wallet, and they would be using your node, your liquidity. They would not be using some big custodial provider that could be shut down by governments at any time. So one of the challenges we had when building Alby Hub is that we needed to find a good Lightning node to power Alby Hub. So Alby Hub allows you to seamlessly connect applications to your wallet to make payments. And we did quite a lot of research. We started with Breeze SDK and Greenlight and LDK, and we actually built Alby Hub in a way that supports multiple backends. So you can choose the one you like. And there's some criteria that we looked into that was very important. So the first one, payment speed, because in the future, you could, when you're using a service or an API, maybe you have to make a Lightning payment, or even if you're in the browser, every single time you open a website, rather than being displayed ads, you could make a small payment. So these payments have to be really fast. Another thing is, Alby Hub can run on a $20 Raspberry Pi. So low resource usage, running a full node is very important. Easily accessible and open and low cost. So some of these implementations, for example, the Breeze SDK or Greenlight, they require invite codes. Whereas we would like to make something completely open source that anyone can just check out the GitHub repository and run it. So we don't want to have invite codes or anything like this. And also, same with open and low cost is really important. So we don't want to have another middleman between when you make payments, you should be able to choose who you open channels to, how much you pay. And again, reliability is really important. Payments should be 100% successful. That's what people expect. So one thing that surprised us actually is a lot of people who run their own node, they use Umbrel or Start9. They actually had a lot of trouble. They got their hardware, and then they installed Bitcoin Core, they installed L&D, and then they got stuck. They don't know who to open a channel with. They don't know why, will I lose money? Will my payments work? All these things. This is a big problem. So what Alby Hub did was we did this research and we recommend nodes to people. Channel partners, sorry. But another step even is that when you open an outbound channel, you have to pay all the funds. So you have to have a lot of capital up front when you open a channel. But the opposite is that you can buy liquidity from what we call Lightning service providers. And Alby Hub partnered with 5 different LSPs so far, and we managed to work with them all together to build a public specification based on LSPS2. And Alby Hub works in a bunch of different ways, and we build this. So we did this because it's open source, and we like users to feel comfortable running their node in their way. So one awesome thing about Nostr Wallet Connect, because you have a different connection for every single application you use, is your transaction list can show exactly what app did what. So now you don't just get send and received, but now you get context on the application, which applications you use, how often, and you get great insights and statistics there. So another really cool thing is there's a sub-account model like LM Bits. You can create wallets for your friends and family, but with Nostr Wallet Connect, this is even more powerful and simple. So I'd like to introduce our new mobile wallet, which is super simple, called Alby Go. And what it does is it just connects to your node, basically, Alby Hub. It's just one of the possible apps powered by Nostr Wallet Connect that you can use. And it really showcases this idea of microapps. So there's 2 ways you can go. You can have like a super app like WeChat or Line, which tries to do everything in this giant application powered by, you know, a company with a lot of capital. Or we can go the Nostr way, which is very micro apps that excel at just one thing. And you choose the apps that you want to use. You can bring your Nostr key wherever you go. You can bring your wallet and choose. So it's the bring your own client model. And these micro apps are much easier to maintain and develop because they're so simple. They just do one thing. So this is what it looks like with Alby Go. You connect your wallet to your node, and you basically just have send, receive, view the transaction list. It's really basic, really easy. You can give it to your grandma. You can give it to your kids. They can make payments, and they have no problem. Super simple interface. And with sub-account feature, you can run your single node and you can give all your friends and family Alby Go. They can scan one QR code and they get set up with a wallet. So this is how it looks like. You would type the name of your friend and family member. You choose Alby Go. Reveal the QR. Your friend and family member would scan it from within Alby Go and they would be set up with a wallet already ready to use. So the last thing, what's coming next? So over the past year, since the last conference actually, we've switched from a custodial wallet service to a fully self-custodial service. We now have a great foundation. New Alby users are migrating to the self-custodial node. We are adding a lot of new nodes to the Lightning Network. And we do this without our users having to do KYC. They run open source software and they have their own keys, their coins. And all of this is powered by open protocols, which makes it an awesome foundation to build upon. So our main goal stays the same, which is we are trying to accelerate Bitcoin adoption for the internet and the entire world. And Nostra is a great way as well. And we think pairing Bitcoin with Nostra together makes amazing opportunities. So Nostra Wallet Connect, its core goal is seamless app-to-wallet interaction. You use one wallet, you take it everywhere, use it in all your apps. And as we see Bitcoin becomes more integrated into users' daily lives, they will use it in more and more apps. And it enables different monetization models. You don't have to just rely on ads anymore. So Alby also supports open source development with bounties. So we have active bounties available and people can also reach out to us if they want to develop something and we may be able to support the development. One thing we also do is we have one-to-one calls or group calls with Alby users and we get their feedback and that directly goes into prioritizing what we want to work on because we are trying to create real products for real problems that people are facing. We want to make Bitcoin standard, the Bitcoin standard become a reality. And of course, to do that, we have to grow the Bitcoin circular economy. So being able to onboard your friends and family easily and get merchants in Thailand to accept Bitcoin is really important. And I covered this one already. So thank you very much. I actually have some t-shirts in my bag. So Alby Hub, you can see. So anyone who asks a question, you can ask in Thai or English. Anything what Pavan talked about or what I talked about, please feel free.
มีคำถามไหมครับ
On Alby Hub, do you have any kind of extension like LN bit withdrawal link?
So actually you can connect LN bits to Alby Hub through the Alby account. So this enables all the features of LN bits inside Alby Hub.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. But actually, we can build any of these products powered by the Nostra Wallet Connect protocol. It's just a lot of work, right? LN bits has been around and they've built a lot of these extensions. So it's actually nice we can reuse all of these and work together with LN bits to create solutions to any problem that people need.
So, hi. With like Nostra Wallet Connect, like NIP 47, right? Do you have any problem with like recurring payments, like basically like subscription-based kind of payment for like your wallets and stuff? Is that like one of those hard things that like it's at the moment not possible yet?
No, this is possible and this is the perfect use case for Nostra Wallet Connect. So you can give an application a budget, say 1,000 sats, 100,000 sats per month, like Pavan's example with Geyser. So you could do recurring donations to a project that you support. So this is all possible with having a Lightning node running 24/7 and an always online connection between the application that will be making these subscription payments and your wallet.
Thank you.
Any more questions? I think I have 6 t-shirts. So
How much does it cost to set up like the Alby Hub right now?
okay, so you can run Alby Hub completely for free. It's fully open source. You can run it yourself. If you would like convenience, You can run it in the cloud. You can choose your own cloud provider, or you can run through Alby. We charge 10,500 sats per month.
Since Alby gonna back to focus on self-custodial solution, how about Alby account we are using right now? Does it will gonna be end soon or something we should withdraw from Alby, right?
So there's two things here. There's the Alby account. This will stay, but your Alby account can connect to a funding source. Basically, your Alby account will connect to Alby Hub, and all your money can stay in Alby Hub, and you will have a self-custodial connection. So when you install Alby Hub, you can migrate your funds from your custodial account into Alby Hub, and then you have full control. You have your own keys, your own coins. But the Alby account is actually just one Nostra Wallet Connect app connected to your Alby Hub. So it's you running an Alby Hub, your node. You can choose how much permission you give to the Alby account. You can set it a budget for 10,000 sats per month or 100,000 sats per month. And the Alby account can then connect to other applications. And it's all powered by your Alby Hub.
How do you ensure that your underlying users are connected to a good LSP partner? Are you guys acting as the first call?
So we have 5 LSP partners that we suggest. Yes, we are not a middleman. So when you want to buy a channel, the channel will be directly with the LSP partner. So we don't take a cut there.
So what are the main use cases where the businesses can be built using Alby Hub?
So it works great as a self-custodial node that can power your merchant setup. So you can sell things. You can even use this super simple point of sale app that is connected to your Alby Hub and only has receive access actually. So you can only receive payments. You can share this point of sale with your friends and family. Alby Hub also works great for podcasting 2.0 and other situations where you want to receive payments because it fully supports the podcasting and Boostergram spec. Any sort of business where you need to accept Bitcoin and possibly do something is really great with Alby Hub, powered by Nostra Wallet Connect, because you have access to this open protocol. You can build your simple apps, and then when you receive payments, you can do your custom functionality based on what your business needs to do.
So are you seeing traction for Bitcoin circular economy?
Definitely. I think there was a River report that came out, right? In the last 2 years, the Lightning Network has grown by, I think, 1,000%. Yeah. And personally as well, because we had to slow down as we transitioned from custodial to a self-custodial product, our users have decreased a bit, but now we are seeing a great, as we've made this change and proved that Alby Hub makes it really easy to run a self-custodial wallet, we're seeing great adoption there.
As the direction of the company tries to build the product to be open source, how do the company make money from this new type of product?
Yep, so we will provide additional services on top that are completely optional. For example, Alby Cloud is a way to run Alby Hub really easily. We will maintain your node, we'll make sure it's up to date, we'll make sure there are backups, everything just works. Whereas if you run it yourself, self-host it, which is great, but you need to put in a bit more work. So this is one example where we are also looking at, for example, on-chain to Lightning swaps, where possibly we could provide a really nice, smooth experience for users, really simple one-click swaps, basically. And these are some things that we could possibly charge a cut. We are also looking at running professional Nostro relay services where people can decide to use a standard relay or they can use our relay, which will be 100% reliable. We re-deliver events that get lost, for example. So there are a lot of ways to provide these services on top of this open source product, which we just need to see what people want and we can build it.
Thank you.
If you were to give an analogy for an internet company or an internet protocol from 1990s for Alby, what would you give and how would you inspire people to go out there and build?
From the 90s, that's challenging. Yeah.
Maybe
Because
2000s.
the internet, well, it's kind of like there were centralized versions of the internet, right? And then there was the internet, which is the decentralized version. And we, Alby, could be seen similar, right? We've decided to go the self-custodial route, and we think that's more sustainable in the long term. So we are building products, services, and trying to push protocols that are all open source. And this will enable everyone in the world to use Bitcoin without having to do KYC, going through a middleman, or anything like that.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, no more questions? Cool. Okay, thank you, both of you. Please, ขอบคุณมากครับ